Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Eric here, and today we're going to talk about Nintendo's new console. It's bigger, it's stronger, and it's faster too. Oh no, that's the DK rap. It's the complete opposite of all of that. Nintendo's new Lite version of the console is crashing down upon us in a matter of months. And like the dinosaurs being afraid of a meteor, intimate. No, it's not as intimate strike. And like those dinosaurs being afraid of that imminent strike of a meteor, it has me wondering, should we be afraid as well? What does this mean for the future? Now, I kind of feel like most of you already know all the details surrounding this thing, so me dragging you through the coal of details that it has a 5.5 inch screen and that it doesn't dock and there's no HD rumble, there's no Labo support and etc, I don't think that's necessary. Instead, we're going to start breaking down what the future could hold for several different areas and what this tells us about not only the Switch Lite mini thing's future, but the other things as well. The normal Switch, the Joy-Con. What does it all mean? Now, I would love to start here by talking about the future of the console special editions. We did actually mention this on the podcast this week already, but I feel like there's a deeper conversation to draw out of this, and we're going to have that first of all right now. You see, Nintendo, they're no stranger to having different editions, especially when it comes to their portable consoles. They kind of just open the floodgates and they start pouring out, and they even invite third parties to come and join in and throw their like Dragon Quest limey consoles out there and everything. When Nintendo launched the Switch, I thought this was our opportunity to get another bevy of like just different colored consoles with special designs happening and cool stuff everywhere, but it wasn't. We've had different designs on the Switch console, but ultimately they just come down to different black and white stencils over the top. Nothing exciting. We've had different colored Joy-Con, and that's another matter. Now that we've seen the doors are open and we're even already getting a Pokemon special edition, it has me wondering how long until Nintendo and third parties just start punching us in the face with as many different special console editions as they can get. Collectors should be worried. Side note here, y'all have been wondering where the Nintendo, I'd never say y'all, you've all been wondering where is the Virtual Console? Well, maybe they've been waiting to unleash this thing and then show us a SNES version of this thing. You get it? You get the D-pad on the other side, you get the SNES colored buttons on the other side, the grey design, and here's your Virtual Console replacement. I see that happening. Possibly. Maybe. Hopefully. Desperately. The other thing that I can see these new special editions doing is just ruining the Joy-Con. What I mean by that is we've seen some different colour Joy-Con now. Nothing that inspired, but we've got a few of them out there. I'm seeing the future here of the Joy-Con not looking that bright. I see all of Nintendo's attention, all of these kind of cool designs now going to this new console, this new cheaper console, and the Joy-Con simply getting left out in the rain to dry, and that's the opposite of what they do in the rain, to die. So that is the future of these special edition consoles. What about the old normie console, the Switch that we all know and love? What's the future of that looking like? Well, the first question is, could it get a price drop? And this kind of answers that question as, nope. They're not going to drop that price now that they have a cheaper model. You'll still see discounts and stuff like that coming up, but as far as like a Nintendo registered price drop, nah. At least not for a while. We do know, however, the internals of the original Switch, well, they might be getting an upgrade, thanks to an FCC filing. How much this is going to do? Probably not much. It's probably just going to be like a small chipset upgrade. It might like be better power consumption. It might not even do much of the Switch in general. But that's a little wait and see that maybe the Switch, the original Switch, could be getting slightly better. I think what we should take away from the future here is that this little Switch Mini, it actually means bright things and good futures and good foretowingness, and that's not a word, for the original Switch. Because what could actually happen here is you see a lot of little kids, little Billy here, he can go pick up his Switch Mini that his parents got him for that Christmas. A few years down the track, little Billy, well, he needs an upgrade. What do you think Billy's going to do? Most likely, he wants to play it on the TV. So he's going to walk into the store and he's going to go, "Hello, lovely staff at my local game store. Can I please have a PS4? Or possibly he upgrades to the new Switch. Anyway, the point is that if little Billy here wants to stick with his Switch, but he wants to be able to play it on his TV in the future, and since this one can't dock, he's got one option. He's got to beg those parents of his for some more Christmas money to get the new Switch. More sales, more Switch sales, better for Nintendo. So what about the future of Labo? Sorry. It's kind of funny to me. Don't get me wrong. I love Labo for what it was. It's a cool little product. But they've kind of done everything they've shown off now. I think it's the end of Labo. It only would support one console going forward. It would be awkward marketing, which Nintendo's no stranger to. But I don't see it going anywhere. Apart from into its shallow grave, which it's already in. The future of the Joy-Con. We have mentioned this a little bit already, but there's a bit more to talk about. You see, the future of the Joy-Con is, first of all, will it be getting that D-pad? And the answer is no. At the moment, they said that there's no plans to put that D-pad in there, which is a bad decision. Put the D-pad in the Joy-Con, please. It's no secret out there that the Joy-Con, well, they've had a lot of problems ever since they started. A lot of people, Joy-Cons at this point, are starting to play up. It has me wondering, could we see the Joy-Con iterated on in the future as well? Maybe there's no need for some of those features that are in there at the moment. We could see the loss of the HD rumble. I mean, the little system already doesn't use it, the Lite. Does the big system need it anymore? If they're not going to support it fully going forward? What about the infrared camera? Get that out of there. Save some money on those type of parts. Put that D-pad in there. Put that D-pad in there. Put that I'm okay. I mean, let's be honest here. When it comes to like new features that Nintendo's touting as the next big thing, they don't tend to really just grab the balls of support by the horns and ride it all the way home. They kind of get halfway there and go, it's not working, let's back out of this race. Take the Wii U for example, that gamepad. It showed off Nintendo Land, wonderful little project. Mario Maker, wow, nothing else, because everything else was just kind of like, here's a map screen, here's your menu on the Wii U gamepad. Nothing really took that much advantage of it. They didn't really ride the bull home like I'm saying here. Same with the 3DS. That 3DS, we had a 2DS. That's not riding the bull home. I mean, if I was Nintendo, Captain Nintendo, had a big N stamped on my forehead here, I think my first move would be to take these features out, whack a D-pad in there, drop that price a little bit, and fix the issues that the Joy-Con has. That would make them much better, much more sellable, and kind of necessary. Well, I mean, fixing the Joy-Con is. The rest is just my wish list. So then we get to the big question here, the big one that everyone wants to know for the future. What about that big Pro console? At the moment, you could almost guarantee that anything that we've heard about this game is just either conjecture, it's rumors that are leading to nothing, maybe something to do with the FCC filings we talked about earlier, or it's just hot air. Quite frankly, I find it hard to believe that there's going to be any type of Pro version, especially anytime soon. It's not unlike Nintendo to do revisions in their portable hardware. It's certainly not impossible to see in the future, but if anything, we're going to see like XL versions and things like that happen in the future before we see anything along these lines. And by these lines, I mean a Pro version that is faster, stronger, better, more like Donkey Kong than ever before. Before we see a console with just more power crammed into it, it's even possible that we could just see other things that we're not even contemplating here. What's the chance of just getting a bigger Switch that maybe the Joy-Con doesn't attach to the side? It's just a bigger screen. It's a tabletop and dock-only Switch. I doubt it, but hey, they're not afraid to show now that they can go in all in one unit. They're not afraid to take the Switch out of the Switch. They can do anything they want. Probably will. I guess the point that I'm going to get to here is that a Switch Pro is something you're going to hear a lot from now on, because we've done the Switch Mini, it's out of the door. Where a lot of other people are going to be talking about it, but it's going to be something that if we do see, it's going to be a while off. And if you do hear anything about it, expect something more along the lines of slight screen size upgrades, things like that, not more raw power. That's it for our glance into the future here. As far as like my thoughts on the Switch Mini, I really like it. I think it's a cool design. I love the colors. That yellow is just the golden glory that I want in my life. I'm a little afraid about the size of it. Now, when we see it in the pictures, my brain knows what a Switch looks like, and it looks kind of like a Switch. So my brain says, Eric, that's this size. That's cool. But like when we actually see it in person and my hands are on it, I'm going to go, wow, this is actually really small and a lot smaller than I'm thinking. I mean, if you hold on a second. If you hold it up to like If you hold it up to like a general Switch, it actually only comes to the Joy-Con side of there. So it'd be like from there to the outside of the Joy-Con as far as the width of the system goes. Now that ain't that big. Also, if you're wondering why it can't dock, that's the reason. I mean, like, it literally wouldn't fit in the dock. The buttons would hit the dock. That's not an excuse, they can still make another dock, but that's just one reason. Speaking of the dock, I think that's the biggest missing feature from this. If it literally had a dock in there as well, this would almost be the perfect like system that I would just tell everyone to go get. I'd be like, just go get the Switch Mini unless you need a bigger screen. Get the mini version. But now I'm having trouble even recommending this to like my family. I have a nephew who hasn't got a Switch yet, and I would love to get him a Switch, or I'd love for someone to get him a Switch. But it's hard to recommend that he gets this one because he likes playing games on his the screen thing that sits on the wall. The TV. I mean, he plays his PS4 on the big TV at the moment. He's also 5 and is better at Fortnite than me. Let's not talk about that. What I'm saying here is that dock is the biggest missing feature. It's the missing link. It's the one thing that is it's a Switch. It's not switching. And if it had that, it would just be wondrous. But then also, probably not as cheap. Although, does it really cost that much for a little... I don't know. Alright guys, that is going to do it for our little Switch chat here. Why don't you let me know though, how are you feeling about the Switch? Is this Switch Mini? Is this something that you could see in your future? Is this something that's like, I have a Switch, I don't need this thing. I got everything I need in my life. Or is it like, oh, pretty colours, I'm Eric and I just buy stuff because I like the colour yellow. You tell me. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with entertaining videos that I do like this one. I also do other things like Twitch 4 days a week. So if you want to catch me there, head over to my Twitch channel. It's the links below. You'll find it. And remember, for great Nintendo entertainment, you can count on me.